Welcome back, y'all. My name is AJ, and I'm here to yap about Higurashi when they cry. Chapter 4, Himatsubushi. I am once again joined by my straight man Griffin. Say hello, Griffin.
I got some Wendy's.
Did you get the Krabby Patty?
I already got that before.
You can have it multiple times.
We did actually get it a second. Well, no, didn't get the Krabby Patty meal a second time. Because the Krabby Patty itself was actually pretty bad. For a burger. But I got that fucking pineapple shake, the pineapple flurry. That was bomb.
Last time.
Is it a flurry? Frosty.
Frosty. Flurry is McDonald's.
Yeah. Pineapple frosty. Goddamn, that was so good. I hope they keep it on the menu.
They won't, you know that.
Fuck.
Last time, the most boring police chase of all time happened.
Yeah.
This time,
then two dudes wrestling very slow in the middle of the rain in the woods.
How do you make that boring? Because it's so slow. It was so fucking slow.
Yeah. Hey, Oishi is an old guy, you know?
Okay, then what's Akasaka's excuse?
I don't know. He was being a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, or is she like, okay, Akasaka, I need you to go get an opening. Got it. I'll jump at him. Wait, no! Fucking idiot.
I mean, he's a newbie. Give him time.
Yep. Can't give him time if he's dead. Alright, let's hope something interesting happens. That was my first time losing consciousness. Got to hear regaining consciousness on top of a bed, but this was my first time actually experience it.
Hold up, 1 second.
Get away, Dr. Diddler!
Moshi.
I need to continue on the Wendy's train because I didn't meant to ask. Have you ever had their saucy nugs?
I have their nuggets. I've had it with barbecue sauce, but I don't think I've had a specific menu item called saucy nugs.
There's a new line of nuggets on their menu called saucy nugs, and actually great. Like most places, it's just kind of like a garbage, like just a chicken nugget with their barbecue sauce poured on it. These ones, the garlic parmesan saucy nugs. Oh my god, some of the best fucking garlic parmesan shit we've ever had. Then your hashtag Wendy's ad.
Would you? This episode brought to you by what? No, I'm not doing that again. Would you say, as the kids say, those are bussin'?
Sure.
Nod your head and say yes, Griffin.
Yeah, totally. But basing. Bazinga.
Damn it!
大丈夫ですか?
Realized I was awake, and the doctor called out to me. I didn't attempt to respond, but it was my body language told when I was conscious.
Yeah.
My head was wrapped in bandages. Scratches. What are you doing? It's just my face in return for my consciousness coming to grumpy and that's pain all throughout me.
起きないで横になっていてください。頭をだいぶ殴られたようですからね。24時間は特に安静にして容体を見守りたいところです。ここは私の診療所です。入江と申します。よろしく。
I remember that the young doctor was the one in the car heading to the opposite way earlier.
誰か
Thank God there's only one doctor in this
いませんか大石さんは。あ、呼んできましょう。
Please don't.
診療所の中は禁煙なんで、表で吸ってもらってるんです。
Look at you, let's room to go call out Oishi. Sitting outside the window was tinted with gold. It's more orange to me. Pouring rain had stopped, and the voice said Higurashi heralding cooling temperatures. Like the tone in Higurashi's voices was comforting. Eventually I could hear heavy footsteps coming closer, and I reckoned it would be Oishi's. Fog enveloping my head was slowly faded back into reality. Ooh, excuse me. What had happened since then? What happened to the boy? What about the reinforcements from Tokyo? The door of the room flew open, allowing Dr. Irie and Oishi to enter.
じゃあ命に別状はないんでしょ? ないと
Does this chapter
お
have
約
less
束はできま
characters
せ
than
ん。
normal
頭に
chapters?
受けた
I
傷
think
は
so. We've only
初
really
見
seen
だけでは
Irie,
判断
Oishi.
が危険なのです。
And Akasaka.
Yeah.
わかりましたわかりました。ちょいと彼と二人
I
で
guess it
話が
did
したい
have
ん
the
です
meeting as
が。
well, like the
Yeah, the
not
meeting. But, like,
よろしいですかね?
that's impersonal, so like...
どうぞ。
Yeah.
何
Rika,
かあ
of
りました
course.
らお呼びください。
Oh yeah, Rika.
But no Rena and Mion. No Rena and Satoko. So I guess it feels a little
い
more
かが
empty
で
because
す
of
か、お
that.
具合は。
And Mion's barely a factor.
慣れないことをしたんで
And we haven't even seen
全身が
Shion.
ボロボロです。
One doesn't exist yet.
But she's a You know what? I'm not. Why did she put over a folding chair that was leaning against the wall and sat down against my side?
犯人たちは逮捕されましたか？
She hasn't been invented by the
残念なが
CIA
ら
yet.
とっくに県外へ逃げたか、村人にかくまわれているかのどちらかでしょうね。まあ、逃がしゃしませんが。
大臣の孫は？
署で保護しています。ただ、東京のあなたのご同僚から一切の聴取は取るなと釘を刺されたらしいですよ。しげちゃんが憤慨してましたっけ？
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I exactly follow the train of logic. If they found out the minister's grandson was kidnapped, the minister would lose his job. Because that's why they're keeping it. That's why they're keeping it secret, right?
I think that they just don't want a public uproar about it.
Yeah, but they said the minister would lose his job.
I'm not sure.
And then communists will take over.
Yeah.
They'll say this could lead to the end of the country somehow. I was like, I don't think I exactly follow that logic.
ご迷惑をおかけします。
Oh.
公安ってやつはいやらし
Because
いところ
the
だって
public safe, because
思ってるでしょ。
like he stalled the project.
Oh, okay.
He gave in to terrorist demands.
Why? It's for his grandson. What's the problem with that?
He gave in to terrorist demands.
It was for love. No love. No love whatsoever. Without love, it cannot be seen.
思いませ
The
ん、
Japanese
思いませ
government.
ん。
Yeah.
お互い、日の丸から給金もらって仕事してるだけですよ。
Why should you laugh both? When I always sit down to record this game specifically, I start yawning.
今回の事件、隠さないで大元にしてくれ
Whenever
た方が、
Oishi's on the
こ
screen,
っちは都合がいいんですけどね。そうすれば、
No, I love
黒
Oishi.
幕の園崎本家に少しは迫れるんですが。まあ、適当に迫ったところで圧力がかかるんでしょうがね。やれやれです。
大石さんは園崎本家に今後も戦いを？
まさか、いろいろと黒い噂こそ絶えませんがね。園崎家に恨みがあるわけじゃありませんので、君子危うきに近寄らない方がいいんですよ。ね。あ、そうだそうだ。さっき県警から署に連絡があったそうです。あなたのご同僚が名古屋に到着したそうで、今車でこちらへ向かっているそうです。あなたは名誉の負傷ですから東京へ引き上げだそうですよ。そんなわけです。
I better get a promotion for this.
はあ、お疲れ様でした。あなたの沖宮での仕事は無事終了です。
They're gonna give you one extra day of PTO.
Yay! Love Japan!
大石さんのご協力に深く感謝します。あなたに支払った協力金は
But that extra day of PTO means that you'll have to work an extra weekend.
あら、冗談のつもりだったんだけどな。
Wait till the guys walk in, casually pull out several large bills and drab them into the breast of my pocket of my shirt.
これは協力金の返済じゃないですよ。私からあなたへのお小遣いです。この辺は地酒がうまいんでね。
You got your head bashed in, you got
東京へのお
shot,
土産
just
に
fucking
こいつで買ってい
buy
くといいで
something
しょ
for yourself. And your wife. Why she flashed me a grin?
もしもあなたの傷が軽いようなら東京へ
Yeah,
帰る前
why don't you
にぜひ
go
声を
home,
かけてください
see
よ。
your fucking
林
kid
さんも
born.
佐藤さんもぜひあなたともう一度宅を囲みたいと言ってましたからね。
やれやれまあいったな。
今度はこっちも小細工抜きです。純粋に楽しもうじゃないですか。
よく言いますよ。原則の警官があんなに濃い様ができるなんて世も末です。
私どもとね、 対等以上に打てるメンツにはなかなかお会いできないもんです。あなたが東京に帰るのが惜しいですよ。
Please get me the fuck out of this town. I don't want to be Hinamizawa anymore. You would be giving birth. Might still be possible to attend delivery that I had once given up on. When I thought the pain from my injuries became trivial, I wanted to hurry back to Tokyo and see Yuki at once. I gotta go back to see my wife. All of his fucking
少
injuries
し
just
傷
open
が
up.
重いふりをして沖宮にしばらく滞在しません？いいお店をいろいろ紹介しますよ。
Wait, this is a Japanese hospital. Put him in the fucking the water tube that they'll put Goku in.
Sorry, Luke Skywalker's currently in there.
申し訳ないですが、それはまたの機会にします。
What the fuck was
妻
that?
の出産日が近いんでね。
Huh?
What the fuck was
早
that?
く帰りたいんです。
In Star Wars or Dragon Ball?
ありゃ
Wait, was there one in Star Wars?
Yes!
What?
あ、それは知ら
Oh
ない。
yeah, fuck, forgot on
That's the one
Hoth.
that
それ
started
じゃ
the
あこんな
trend,
とこに行っちゃいけ
Griffin!
ない。
The
I forgot that
Bacta
was
tank!
one. I forgot on Hoth. The Bacta tank. Oh, wow. Wait, did Dragon Ball steal that?
I'm pretty... We use the word inspired in these parts, Griffin. I'm pretty sure Star Wars is the
さ
first
て、
thing to have that
具合はどうです？
imagery. Maybe there's
Okay,
probably
so
like
this guy.
maybe some 50s,
ええ。
60s cereal.
おかげさまで悪くないです。
Because,
立
you
っ
know,
て
that
歩いても
inspired
全
George.
然平気です
Like,
よ。
Flash Gordon inspired George to make Star Wars,
Right.
so... what did I tell you? We like to use the word inspiration
い
in
え
these
いえ
parts.
ひなみ沢の病院では
I thought it was,
落ち着かないでしょうと思いまして。入
Oh my
江
god,
の
what
先
was
生
that
は
Ronin
一晩
movie?
泊まらせたいみたいなこと言ってますが、犯人もまだ捕まってませんし、一応ここはあなたにとっては敵地になりますからね。
この病院は安全ではないということですか？
The Hidden Fortress.
まあ、
Yeah, 1958 Samurai movie, The Hidden Fortress.
多少は社会的信用のあるお人です。ここにいる限りは何もないとは思いま
No,
す。
no, I'm saying there was a
赤坂さんの気分的にめい
Japanese
らないか
samurai movie, The Hidden
問
Fortress.
題ですね。
That was the major inspiration for the story of Star Wars.
Ah, gotcha. Like, this was enemy territory, so they felt uncomfortable. Yeah, you're in Hinamizawa, pal. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I was completely safe.
そうですね。
This town is cursed.
横になっているだけなら、ホテルのベッドでも同じな気がします。
Oh, that's why the POV characters
そう
in
でしょ
Star
そうで
Wars
しょ
are
私も
RPG
その方がい
2.
いと思います。
As a reference to that movie.
Yeah, because you just have like two peasants who are observing the samurai in the.
Did you just call R2D2 a peasant?
Yeah.
Take that back.
ちょっと、雪江の病院に電話してきます。ロビーに公衆電話とかはありませんか？
Don't you have a cell phone?
新婚さんはそういうの豆だな。確か会計の脇にあったと思います。ここで待ってますから、いってらっしゃい、いってらっしゃい。
What do you call that? Tank?
Yeah, Star Wars is called Bacta tanks. Bacta's the healing splooge. A lot of you short distance hallway, you're not gonna comment on my use of the word splooge.
No, it's everything. It's accurate.
That hospital wasn't the best of manners for calling hours and soon, so I dashed over in a hurry. Woo, 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 woo. There was somebody else in the hospital. Might have been evening, but there was nobody in the reception desk. You just said there was nobody twice. Actually, been lucky for me. Blind time for conversation to feel guilty, but it would still be embarrassing to have someone listen to the conversation between me and Mayuki.
Vader's wounds weren't healed because he was full of the dark side. Actual explanation, Jesus Christ.
Weren't healed because he was full of the dark side, or that he was fucking burned?
Well, apparently Bacta Tank's supposed to heal all wounds.
Well, he wasn't put in the Bacta tank. He was.
I thought he was.
Well, I remember the reconstruction scene in episode 3. He's on a table, like having the cybernetics implanted him while his skin is still fleshy. I know some expanded material says that Palpatine purposely built Vader's suit to not be like state of the art, so it would cause him pain and fuel his hatred. Which does kind of sound like hell, thinking about it. I think like like his legs or the boots were just not the right size, and bits and bobs would just poke him. What's happening?
断線でもしてるのか
Oh,
But-
there's no one.
Interrupt the Star Wars podcast for Higurashi.
What's this? Oh, so the hospital empty. The hospital lobby's empty, and the phone's not working.
すみません
Phone present someone on the other side of the glass, so I called out. It was an immediate response. The man seemed like a pharmacist came over. Dr. Doofenshmirtz!
はいはい。どうなさいましたか？
すみません。この電話の調子がおかしくて。ちょっと見てもらえますか
Oh, that's not a phone, it's a bomb. What? He just blows up. You press the ear. Come to think of it, it was someone who worked at the hospital, not someone to the phone company. Just I didn't know much about phones, neither would he.
あれ
Huh.
What?
なんだこ
No,
れ
yeah. Toriyama was inspired by the Bacta tank. Neat.
It was completely severed!
だこれ
Oh, wow.
入っ
That's
た
fucked up.
な
That's
これ
public
じゃ
property.
電話会社の人に直してもらわないとどうにもならないです
Yeah, well,
ね
this is the dilly of a pickle.
電話でしたら事務室
You know,
の
that's
使
the
いま
most
す
70s things anyone has said today. I didn't want to hear the people hospital office were going to start talking.
近所に公衆電話はありませんか
こ
This
こ
sounds
を出
like
て
a...
道なりに行くと商店
No,
街に
this
出
is
ま
a
す
bad
そこ
idea.
のど
This
こ
is a
かの
bad
角
idea.
の
I know you
タバ
love
コ
your
屋にあっ
wife.
たよう
Do
な気が
not
する
leave
な
this
行け
hospital in
ば
the
見
middle
つ
of
け
the
られる
night.
と思いますよ
Do not leave! I was dressed in a hospital gown. I was wearing sandals on my feet. My head was wrapped in bandages. Just look at me, you can tell I was a hospital patient. Yes.
Man with fucking like a hospital gown and bandages on his head goes out into Hinamizawa in the middle of the night to go use a public telephone.
It's not gonna be really long. Like, even if this wasn't a cursed town, that'd still be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Don't go out there!
I
No!
gotta
No!
go talk to my wife.
No! Akasaka! Don't do it! Not in Hinamizawa! Don't trust this town! No! I feel like fucking Walter White in the car. No!
You sound like Walter White.
No! Don't do it, Akasaka! No! I miss it.
When are you gonna watch Breaking Bad?
Eventually, TM. Cigarettes went in the small sign. My joy spurred me onwards. Yippee! I heard a hospital sat next to the counter cigarette shop with an antiquated payphone. Wasn't worth watching, no time it was. Probably have much time left though. But it was enough. Just as long as I tell Yuki my job was done, I'll be coming home soon. I swear to God, if I see a small child here. Began to receive I slid a coin down the slot. I felt like something was strange, just like the hospital.
It's so weird that tobacco shops are such a relic that are still around today, though.
I know.
It feels such a relic.
Some things you can't kick. The phone was dead. What?
Oh.
This phone was dead. Single cord protruding from the back of the phone. I have my hands found the end of it completely. Go back to the hospital right now. What is this? Now I have the same thing happen twice. My bathroom was the company where I sense of ease. Go back to the hospital. Go back to the hospital. Go back to the hospital. Go back to the hospital.
Well, this is just a dilly of the pickle.
Oh my God, we're gonna die in this town.
すみません
No!
すみません
Open the booth window of the tobacco shop. Look inside for a dimly interior. Eventually there was the sound of somebody plodding down the stairs, and an old lady appeared.
Well, we know that he's alive 7 years from now.
タバコですかいね。小さまでねんと、わがねのしゃ。
タバコを買いたいわけじゃないんです。この電話が。
Realizing the saying the phone was broken, asking them to take a look at it was going to get me nowhere, so I'll back my words.
この電話が壊れてるみたいなんで、別の公衆電話があるところを教えてもらいたいのですが。
Entire goddamn town. Unless she wouldn't understand until she had to test things thoroughly.
電話、壊れてますかいね。そんな難儀だわ。他の公衆
No
電
way, there's
話
another
を
payphone
当た
in
って
this
く
in
だ
this
さ
town.
い。
It's on the street. It's like a actual phone booth payphone.
Why did she say a dilly of a pickle?
Did she say dilly of the pickle?
She did.
Oh wow, yeah, nice.
I mean, her hand was just pointed straight up. Even though there's a phone right here I could use, I would only be able to tell Yuki goodnight with the time I had left. On top of that, my destination was a remote payphone, which I didn't know the exact distance to. So let's go home! Let's go back to the hospital! So I give it phone today would be a natural thought process. But a moment I had become somewhat stubborn for some reason.
I'm just
Surely,
a little bit stubborn.
surely the next one will not be cut.
Yeah.
Those are, yeah, the creepy cicadas.
あ、どうもありがとうございます。その電話ボックス、探してみます。
He's like a kid following a candy trail into a pit of spikes. When the old lady, even though the phone booth was quite a far away, it would be easy to find. Follow this road straight down and eventually find it. Sandals flapping as I ran, I could help but laugh myself. I'll admit that this was quite a steadfast about calling Yuki. But there were days where I was tired or busy and I wouldn't call her. Even today, my entire body was covered in injuries, so I was dead tired. On top of that, there wasn't much time left. To be strange at all if today was one of those days I didn't call her. Why don't you just text her? Stupid. Hot-headed.
You know what? When you're half dead and you're tired, I can understand. The only person that you want to talk to is your wife.
I get that, and trust me, I would do the same if I was not in fucking Hinamazawa. I want to get out of this town. Of course, we're definitely served from afraid of by long years of youth. That truly was a dilly of a pickle. What does that even mean? For who and what reason? The more I thought about it, the more uneasy I felt, so I tried to push the thought aside.
Hey, you.
How much have I run so far?
Would you be mad if I wandered around in a whole town in a hospital gown to look for a payphone to call you? In the middle of the night?
In a cursed town!
In a cursed town? You'd be mad. What if you're, like, about to give birth? And, like, I'm away. I had work to do.
My reservation is brought the phone to the office. Griffin, what happens if you're in Silent Hill, alright? Which...
If I was in Silent Hill, I was just wandering around a hospital gown.
Well, a line in front of me. Finally found it. It was a phone booth. It seemed like the light in the phone booth had recently been changed, as it's shown with vivid white light.
Oh, I recognize her.
Well, the gloom in Himazawa is nothing more than a gas. Shut the fuck up! I recognize this area too, but I didn't say anything! I finally found it! When my hand touched the door of the phone booth, I realized it was the breathing, sweating heavily. I didn't know what time it was right now, but even if it was just for a moment, I'll be able to get in touch with Yuki. At least this phone works 4 years from now.
Hmm?
Turning back without even giving up a try of a question. Before I picked up the receiver, another wave of uneasy washed over me. Worried that this phone cord might be severed as well. How was the cord in the phone booth? Going down, I followed the bando cables that ran along the corner around into the ceiling. Glanced, nothing was out of the ordinary. I ran my fingers as far as I could tell and long time check it out. I found with a thick layer of dust. Nothing out of the ordinary. I wonder if it was popular in Himazawa to cut cords to payphones as some sort of tasteless prank. Yeah! Yeah, it's just, you know, damn then kids! Might be further to talk about Oishi about this later. If it was something more than a prank, it was still vandalism of public property. In case this one's fine this time. Well, I'll coin from my pocket with one hand, and I pick the receiver with the other. This time, for the receiver in my ears, I felt something was off. The receiver was light. It's more than a slightly unpleasant feeling. It's almost sickening. Verified the source of my displeasure appeared to the receiver in my hand with a measure of reluctance.
なんだよ。これ。
The coil that connected the receiver to the rest of the phone had been ripped apart, the tip of the cable swaying in the air. Ain't that just a dilly of a pickle? The raw pleasant feel work. Get out of here! Get out of here! Run! Run! Run!
Dilly in here.
When I heard the who the fuck's behind me? Me unable to see outside into the darkness. Rika? Is that you? Get myself.
Just wait until he starts hearing footsteps behind him.
Right, shut the fuck up! Stop to the side, I could feel a chill wash over me. There was a silhouette of a person. Small silhouette.
君は
Long hair, but silhouette blown by the cool breeze. Hey, Rika! In my head, I knew who this girl was. I don't have any basis for it, but I knew that she was that girl.
Akasaka.
See, Rika. Almost said it like a warning. Question remained unchanged, and my question was left unanswered. No words, no response. Yes, I know what that means. Regardless, feel like you're for my sussiness. Is this a prank, bro? Last one had a tinge of anger behind it. Frankly tried to smooth things out, but she didn't seem very afraid. I interpreted the words to mean as no time for calling for hours at a hospital. But thinking about that would have been a strange thing to say. Why would she know something like that? I could take what she had said to have any other meaning. She just stood there like a mannequin, not even moving an inch. Almost to the point that the wind wasn't occasionally rustling through her long hair, there would be the illusion that time had stopped.
Akasakaが私を気味悪く思っているのがよくわかる。
いや、
Yeah.
そんなことないよ。
My denial came out almost like a bad piece composed for a poetry slam. But her words were right on my mind. I always felt something ominous and uncanny about her. Since her strange threats at the shrine.
Maybe it was the fact that her voice totally changed.
Yeah, I noticed that my expression was contrary to my words, simply laughing the gap between them.
Akasakaの怖がり。
Oh boy. Hey, I'm my favorite lesbian.
怖がってなんかいないよ。
The last time by the small child didn't sit well with me. What was this small sassy child?
もう電話を探しても
Okay.
手遅れの時間です。
そうだな。
She didn't even have to say it. It was absolutely too late. I might have already missed calling hours by the time I reached this phone booth. It was too late. I had no option but to give up for today. Well, I'm just gonna go back to the hospital. Bye, Rika-chan! No, strange. I was obsessed. Strange obsession now gone. I began to laugh at how hopeless I was. I mean, just look at what I was wearing. It wasn't normal. Hospital gown and sandals. My head wrapped in bandages, my body completely soaked in sweat. I was wondering that the old lady at the tobacco shop was surprised to see me. Wanting to hear Yuki's voice as my motive, I trapezed around the town the entire evening. I didn't know whether to call it follies of youth or simply plain cringe. Any case, all I could do was laugh at myself.
もうこれで今夜赤坂がすることは何もないです。
そうだな。もう何もないよ。おとなしく病院へ引き上げるさ。
それがいいのですよ。病院への道はわかりますですか？
わかるつもりだよ。
She waved her little hand and began to head back the way I came. She began to follow alongside me. Looking at her face, I could see that she wore a mischievous smile. It's still Rika, I think.
リカちゃんの家もこっちの方向なのかい？
なのですよ。
こんな時間に一人で表を歩いてると、ご両親に怒られたりしないかい？
別に怒られませんです。今日はご両親は忙しい日なので、僕のことなど忘れていますですよ。
それでも帰った方がいい。きっと怒るよ。
それでも赤坂とおしゃべりする方が面白いのでいいのです。
See that with a face free from worry, she looked at me once more and smiled. Nipa. She showed me that smile, the eerie feeling surrounding her faded. But even then, she was still mysterious to me. Just shut up! Right at the corner I had turned earlier. It was much darker before. With the point of view changed on a return trip, I wasn't very confident this was the corner I turned at. It was no mistake. This had to be the corner. Corner. Girl grabbed me underclothes.
赤坂は病院へ戻るのではないのですか？
もちろん戻るつもりだよ。道間違えた？
Short moment of silence. She eventually saw my clothes. She began to walk. I was beginning to walk in the hospital and the girl will take me on. Haha! I'm in danger!
That was a really short half chapter.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes!
Yeah, well, it felt really short.
電話のコー
That's
ドを
what
切って回って
good
たの
suspension can do.
リカちゃんだろ。ダメだよ。もうしちゃ。
僕には何のことかよくわかりませんのですよ。
本当にかい？
Try to play dumb with over and over her face.
ニパー。
Nipa! It's obvious she's trying to laugh it off, but an adorable smile of hers just made me want to forgive her. Ah, I'm going to be a horrible father, aren't I? Maybe! The momentary lapse in tension was erased by her next words.
孫、無事に見つかってよかったです。
And it was fun right away. I sunk into silence. I learned this from Sato-san's Sinfo, didn't I? That girl? No, this entire village remember things since the moment I set foot in it. Instead of playing dumb, that would be... In the end, I chose not to. Everything being known already, there was no point in me feigning ignorance. I'm already fucking dead.
なんとかね。
それはよかったです。これで東京に帰れますですよ。
ありがとう。
赤坂の怪我はひどいのですか？
さあ、ひどいのかどうか、医者の診察を聞いてないからわからないな。
Come to think of it, I vaguely remember being told to lie down and take it easy for a few hours. 24 hours. Does that mean bed rest?
怪我人は病院を抜け出してはいけないのですよ。
電話のコードだって切っちゃいけないんだぞ。
僕には何のことやらわからないのです。
じゃあこっちだって何のことかわからないや。
So we dumb each other, we both laughed at the same time. Ha 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 ha! While listening and smile to the lips. You know, this bandaged man and a small girl
生き
walking
て
around
この
the
村を
village
出
at
ら
the
れる
night.
確率は決して高くありませんでした。
Yeah.
僕は赤坂に死んでほしくはないので、生きて村を出ることができて嬉しいです。
リカちゃん、最初っから私の正体は知ってたんだ
I
ろ。
fucking told you, but she said nothing but gave a firm
な
no.
ら分かっていると思うけど、私たちはこの村のどちらかというと敵の部類に入ると思う。なのに君はいろいろと忠告してくれたね。
That's right, Jay. She said it at that time. She wouldn't warn somebody that she was okay with dying. She definitely said something like that.
なら私は君に感謝するべきなのかもしれないね。
感謝した方がいいのですよ。僕は命の恩人なのです。
Saying that, she puffed her chest proudly. She said the meaning behind those words were quite heavy. Because whether I live or die was a decision that might be made in a place unbeknownst to me. Said those words, such adorable smile took a few moments of silence for the weight to settle in. Been to this place before. The Guardian's office was there, stone steps leading up to the foot of the shrine. I passed by before, so focused on finding the phone booth, I didn't realize where it was.
確かこの神社がリカちゃんの家だったよね。
まあ、そんなものです。
Something like that. Looking at the shrine grounds, the brightly lit and angelic voices could be heard. What's going on?
今日はお祭りの日なのですよ。
Is today Watanagashi?
お祭り？
ひなみ沢村の唯一で一番のお祭り、渡流しのお祭りです。
Oh shit, it's Watanagashi.
流し？
祭りなんて名ばかりのつまらないものですよ。見ますですか？
The night of Watanagashi. Just said she climbed a couple steps and shouldn't wait for her to come. If I had known it was Watanagashi, I definitely would have jumped in the video game and dragged him back to the hospital. But I kind of lost sense of time. A hostile territory was this village. I know what happened if I ventured down a side road without Oishi. There was a village, thought a village like that. When I was with this girl, I forgot all about it, even though she clearly has been threatening me. Okay, so I'll go ahead and back it up. I felt as long as it was with her, none of the ill and the will from the village will befall me. So even though any of my cover was blown, I certainly had no qualms about sending blood into the heart of Onagafuchi's guardian's territory on the most sacred night. Why is it red? The pavilion set up with meeting tables and folding chairs. Hell, exactly the Guardians were already quite drunk sharing around the drinks. I can only see as people from the village council drinking while enjoying the evening air. Is the festival not as grand as it is in later days?
Ne?
Is the festival not as grand
つ
as
まん
it
ない
is
お祭りで
in
しょ。
later days?
Yeah. It's a lot more
確かにお祭りには見えないね。
Less gentrified?
大昔からずっと続いてきたお
yes.
祭りです
More,
が、見ての通り、
coming years.
すっかり寂れてしまったのです
After the
よ。
murders start. Try the old folk, she said that the whole thing while looking at them with an exasperated expression. You really couldn't call this a festival anymore. It's just a bunch of neighbors getting together to drink under the guise of a festival.
これじゃ
Please
祀
don't
られる
invoke
神
his
様も
name.
気の毒だな。
こんなみっともないお祭りも、5、6年もすると村中が総出でやってきて、ちゃんと儀式も真面目にやる、立派なお祭りになるの
Very
ですよ。
specific time frame, Rika. She did not so much wishful thinking as it was telling the future that had already been determined. She wasn't even predicting it. It was almost like she was simply reporting the results. That's how it sounded. That was based on speculation. The way she said it wouldn't let me interject. Same way she talked when she changed. While I struggled to find the word to reply to her, she wandered over the other side of the grounds, not minding me at all. I say where I could afford to be left behind. I hurriedly followed after her. Mommy, why is there a man in a hospital gown and bandages here? One evening was a splendid observation platform this girl has shown me. Grown completely dark, the modest lights scattered across the nightscape were providing a different type of scenery.
こうして眺めると、この村ものどかそうに見えますのです。
Hey, I can see my house from here.
君は先日、この村は絶対にダムに沈むことはないと、そう断言したね。あれは、あの時点でもう、大臣が要求に応じていたという意味だったんだね。
Around her gaze me in mine, but she said nothing. She spoke nothing like would neither confirm nor deny what I just said.
多分、今回の事件は闇から闇へ葬られる。本庁上層部は多分大臣のスキャンダルが公になってトラブルになることを望まないと思う。
さもないと、孫を殺すぞと脅したに違いないのです。
で、大臣との交渉が成功し、孫は解放された。
孫を助けたのは赤坂ですよ。
どうだろう。発端となったあの財布の発見。あれ自体がすでに出来すぎだったように思う。
Ever since the moment that Wallace discovered, I felt something was odd. What she said as well, that the Sonozaki family had given the order to release the hostage. That little manhunt was a farce to begin with. Come to think of it, I was punched, kicked, and a gun pointed at me. Felt like they put up quite a fight, but I'm part of a good performance. Once the negotiations were successful, they couldn't just say, "Here you go," and return his grandson right to his doorstep. The public safety realized this was a kidnapping case, and we're already moving on it. Why do the action of public safety? The grandson was able to be rescued safely. Minister didn't give in to any unreasonable designs. That type of performance was necessary.
僕には難しいことはよくわかりません。
同感だな。私にだって難しいことはよくわからない。だが、一つ確実なことがある。君が言った通りってことさ。この村はダム湖になんか沈まない。ダム計画なんてそのうちなくなってしまうってことさ。
That wasn't something an officer of the law should be saying, but I naturally let those words slip from my mouth. Those may have stirred up all sorts of troubles, but that was because they were protecting their homes. Someone just decided by themselves they had leave me the house I used to live in, I would resent them as well. On top of that, it wasn't a place like mine where I was happy to be renting it, but a place their families had lived for generations. Might be ignorant to call it a desperate resistance and overreaction. Might not really be qualified to criticize politics or bureaucracy, But deliberately building a dam on land with love rights residents wasn't something I could get behind.
でも、よかったじゃないか。
どうしてですか？
I mean, the Hinamazawa has been saved! We did it, Patrick! We saved the village!
少なくともこれで、この村に平和が戻るよ。
The minister promised to use his considerable influence to cancel the project. Probably take more than a few months before it will be completely scrapped. At the very least, it'll probably take 1 or 2 years. Or maybe the next day. For the villagers, officially the village was going to be submerged by a dam was still a ways away. But it was no mistake the promise of peace returning the village was there. Now from beginning to the end, it's already been decided. Just as the girl said, it was decided. There wasn't really a need for me to come here in the first place. There was absolutely no need for me to come here and aggravate an unpleasant situation. You can combine those 2 sentences into one. Okay, I'm gonna stop. If they never come here then, Grandson's release might have been done in a more amicable manner.
平和がこの村に？
Yeah. But you know what? She left us to admonish me. Her face remained indifferent and expressionless. And her eyes narrowed slightly as she snickered.
これから毎年血生臭いことが起きるのに。
リカちゃん、何の話だい？
Wind blew her hair. The girl was taking pleasure that I was the only one who didn't know. Continued to snicker as she looked at my face for a while.
私ね、あと何年かすると
There she is.
殺されるの。
Eh? Back with the moon, it was hard to tell if her expression had been cast in the shadows, smiling, amused. Or resigned.
リカちゃんが、どうして？
とても不愉快なことだけど、それも多分決まってることなの。
決まっているって、誰がそんなことを決めるんだい？
それを私も知りたいの。
Going back to face me, she showed me a resolute expression for the first time. Staring in my eyes for a moment, she turned to back to gaze scenery before she spoke her next words.
ここは人の命を何とも思わない連中でいっぱいです。これを伝えても何も変わらないかもしれないけど、でも死という月を映す水面をかき消すためなら小石を投じることもあるかもしれない。
You know what she was trying to say. Just I had to listen to every word, my body and soul. At least that's what I thought.
来年の今日、そう、昭和54年の6月の今日、ダム現場の監督が殺されます。
Moment I couldn't comprehend what she was talking about. But before me, did she mean the gruff old man I play mahjong with?
殺されるって、どうして？
She didn't answer, but she had the same expression on her face as she did when she declared that the dam project would go away. That wasn't the face of someone making a forecast or a prediction. Something that was already decided. No, it was actually already reporting the results, that sort of expression.
恐ろしい殺され方をした後、体中をバラバラに引き裂かれて捨てられてしまいます。
バラバラ殺人。
その翌年の昭和55年の6月の今日、聡子の両親が突き落とされて死にます。
Who the fuck is Satoko? It's the first time I heard that name, but I have the courage to interrupt the girl's story.
あるいは事故と言うべきかもしれない不幸な事故。
Girl smiled friendly, but was an act encouraging me to smile along with the lifeless looks in her eyes.
そしてさらにその翌年の昭和56年の6月の今日、私の両親が
Oh, we're in the
殺さ
wrong
れます。
channel.
そしてさらに翌年
Oh
の
yeah. Oh wow.
昭和57年の6月の今日、
What?
聡子の意地悪おばが頭を割られて死にます。
Genty just texted me. I'm like, wait. Oh, we're in the wrong channel? Oh my, yes, we are.
そしてさらに翌年の
Really?
昭
June
和
of
58
1983.
年の6月の今日、あるいはその数日後か。 私が殺されます。すべての死が予定調和なら、最後の死も
I guess that means she must
ま
have
た予
died
定のう
sometime
ち
in
なの
chapter
でしょう
1. You
か。
just
で
did
も、
not get to see.
なら
I
ばこ
was
れは
thinking
一
about
体
that.
誰の予定なの？
The village is full of murderers and people with no regard for human life. We find to believe that all the deaths up to 1982 would be the work of somebody in the village. We find to believe that all the deaths that would occur were in the discretion of those who control the village. But that didn't explain what would happen in 1983. There was no way the last death would fit in with anybody's plans. In no regards for human life, they would use every means at their disposal to meet their goals. But their goals were at odds with the last death. That's why the last death was unrelated to them. But that last death would definitely, most likely, probably, without a question, happen.
Okay.
Most likely, probably, definitely, I dare say. The last step was to be a merciful one. A handkerchief or something being placed over the mouth, making them lose consciousness, never to wake up again. Exactly whose plan was that? I don't know, you tell me, Rika.
私は幸せに生きたい。望みはそれだけ。大好きな友人たちに囲まれて、楽しく日々を過ごしたい。それだけなの。それ以上の何も望んでいないの。
リカちゃん。
死にたくない。
Girl still could never let those last words slip in the end. Eventually, we were discovered by some drunks. The girl and lives were dragged back to the festivities. Everybody was completely drunk. Someone else on my head completely wrapped bandages. They wouldn't let me leave. Well, certainly if I was good enough condition to slip out of the hospital, must not be that serious. He says as blood covered every single part of his head. His fracture was adorable, nothing like the one from just before. Predicting her own death and whispering that she didn't want to die. Having said that, having a silly and lively conversation like this, I believe that these people were the core of the extremist resistance group. Here they were a shell of its former self. It was a festival of people in the village gathered, so 20-some-odd folks here should have included some of the village executives and the other important members. Among those, there were no doubt the members that were at the Sonozaki family council in attendance. I mean, even if we'd never been face to face before, there were people here who knew my identity. In a small village like this, you need the faces of all the villagers that lived here. That's why without even saying anything, it soon became obvious that I was an outsider. But he actually seemed interested by that, asking all sorts of questions about Tokyo. Checking what Goran's fate in relation to the city has the villagers emphasize a rather meager environment. Confidential talk to the minister with financial grandson was in police custody, everything was over. I might not be put in another perilous situation. To me, it was only my adversaries because of my job. Aside that, with no reason I can be friendly with him. Next time I visit this village, return to be a tranquil, beautiful place. To happen, I maybe take a relaxed walk around the village here again. Nope, nope! Stay the fuck away! Burn to beer. By the time I was able to get away, I was in the middle of the night. The girl at this point disappeared. Never go home and sleep, but she was large yawn. Old folks, absolutely no remorse for making an injured person hang out with them, told me as much as they laughed. Just drinking there, so I saw it was a help clean up. However, my help was refused in the grounds as a guest. On top of that, they had a car prepared to take me back to the hospital. Losing the battle against my sleepiness inside the car, I was sound asleep until we reached the parking lot of the hospital. Front door of the hospital is naturally locked at this hour. I wandered, blurredly searching for a back entrance until someone at night duty let me inside.
こんな時間までどちらへ？入江先生も心配してましたよ。
Why did you even let me
ご迷
out?
惑をおかけしました。神社でお祭りの人たちに引き止められまして。
ああ、そういえば今日は神社で町会の人たちが集まって飲むとか言ってたな。それはご愁傷様でした。傷は大丈夫ですか？
ちょっとズキズキしますね。多分アルコールのせいだと思います。
そうだ。お連れの刑事さんが連絡が欲しいと言ってましたよ。
It is what the
大石さんを待たせてたんだった。
nice around the clock. But how you look at it, was way too late to call him now. Apologize to him tomorrow over the phone. We almost went to bed. I was still in May from the time I went outside. Did someone be killed, or will someone be demoned away? Oh, that's no good. I'll just turn off the lights. Oh, very nice to cut the cord power in my body, lulling me to deep sleep. Oh well, we're just gonna go to bed, wake up, and everything will be nice and dandy. Right. You smell volcanic gas. A mother's diary? Well, that's not foreboding whatsoever. Prophecy at the beginning. Heard someone's prediction. And it's a picture of a gun. Ooh, I hit the Discord mute button, but thankfully I hit the mute button on OBS. Mother's diary. There was something I didn't like about my child. I first realized when I started writing these things down. Never warning about it in books about raising children, but they aren't just a plaything. They're able to feel loved when they're not doing exactly as their parents want them to. Then those parents are failures. That wasn't something like this, though. How can I say it? Probably hard to express with mere words. I just want my child to be normal. As long as they weren't falling behind, there wasn't any need for them to excel at something. As long as they acted appropriately for their age, one would have been fine with it. My child had been different ever since kindergarten. With the child joined in the class running around excitement about the field trip the next day, showing a borrowed look on their face, aloof and distant. The other kids broke the equipment at the athletics festival and were apologizing fervently, showing a bored look on her face, aloof and distant. Couldn't find picture books, only she wasn't smiling. Nagi had delicious bento, only she wasn't happy. If it was only this, it would still be in a realm of understanding. However, what I don't understand about my child is that if aforementioned situations happen again, they now act in a manner befitting their age. I understand the principle behind that as a parent. If they didn't feel different about the field trip, but happy about this one? Why would they different about the picture book, but happy about this one? Why would they different about bento, but happy about this one? Oh no, maybe they're depressed. Leave them alone. Former and latter situations seem exactly the same to me. There's even times where I thought the former one was better. I understand this child's feelings. During parent-teacher meetings, the teacher always said the same thing. I would always respond that I understand my own child, and we would mope together. But I also often mistakes at the ones that the young child's feelings are different from adults, so if there was something we didn't understand, we shouldn't worry about it. I'll admit this lack of urgency. One day, when I was in a good mood, I took the effort to prepare a menu that my child would enjoy, but she only smiled with a vague expression of disinterest. The attitude frankly made me angry, so I hit her on the... Anyway, the weather was nice. Laundry just hung up with the wrong light across the wind, causing the entire line to fall down. But she was watching me trying to pick up the laundry and panicked, stood there laughing. That attitude frankly made me angry, so I hit her on the head. Things like that happened countless times. Before I knew my child was able to look at me with a different expression on her face. I regret the fact that I've been a bad mother, you stink! Seeing as you're gonna trust, I should thought little by little some light interactions. Seeing her do some sort of craft work on the veranda, I called out to her.
ここ数日、気持ちのいい晴れの日が続いて、気分がいいわね。
You know, at least she recognized she was a bad mother. Maybe she can fix this, maybe? A child with the indifferent look on her face I hated so much. Look at the moment, and well, we're returning to immersing himself in craft work. Up until now, I would have hit her in the head just for that. I held myself back.
何を作ってるの？お人形さん？
Sayaka Ohara, by the way.
Huh?
Sayaka Ohara, by the way.
I know that voice. I know that voice.
It's Rika's mom.
I know it's Rika's mom.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Yeah.
There's some newspaper to... That's a funny relationship considering Umineko.
I know.
Newspaper definitely makes some... So we got Battler, Beatrice, and Burkastel. Any other B Umineko characters I should know about in this chapter?
Linda.
You don't have a... I mean, okay, fine, you have a B, but your name doesn't start with a B.
A B, yeah.
Where's Benzo?
Botko.
Bonon, Borge, Badia, Boza, the entire Bushiromia family.
Bushiromia?
Oh god, I missed them. Child, no ways, praying these sunny days will continue. When I see my own child for the first time in a while, can I hide my happiness? Ran a ball of yarn, I began to hand my child's cute weather charms from the eaves of the house.
ダメよ、リカ。頭が重すぎるから。 逆さてるてる坊主になっちゃったわ。これじゃ晴れじゃなくて雨になっちゃうわよ。
When I started taking down, my child tugged at the hem of my shirt to stop me. She wants rain.
逆さになるように作ったのだから、それでいいの。でもリカ、てるてる坊主が逆さじゃ晴れのおまじないにならないわよ。雨が降るようにおまじないをしているから、それでいいの。
I desperately suppressed emotions welling up inside me. I was trying desperately to understand my child. See, maybe she's just a rain girlie. A lot of rain girlies exist. I don't get it. I hate the rain, but...
お庭の朝顔が晴れ続きで元気がなくなっちゃったから、雨が欲しいのね。
I expected I hated them both.
晴れにね、飽きたの。
I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand. I just can't understand that child.
Hmm.
You could have made these all one.
Are we doing? Do we hear the all on these hint screens?
Yeah, we did. We just did.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
During the family council, she buried herself under Oryu-san's futon again. Oryu-san dotes on her unwaveringly. No matter how much insolence my child commits, she doesn't mind. Almost though my child is a kitten or something. Stop comparing her to a cat! I beg you! The mother, I chided her for doing that. Oryu-san said that 3 times it was fine, I chided her as a formality. Of course, she never lent an ear to any of my chidings. Knowing that Oryu-san's standing was far above mine, she behaves like that. I don't like the cunning of that unbefitting of her age either. In case, not only Oryu-san, but the rest of the old folk in the village spoil her too much. One day, I was shocked. By the chance away from shopping, I saw her by herself just outside a candy shop. My own child suddenly grabbed a snack, opened the package right there, and then started eating it. She didn't make any attempt to pay for it, and she didn't even think of looking around. She didn't even feel like she was shoplifting, more like she was brazenly eating snacks that were offered to her. Probably was. When I began to admonish my child, the elderly shopowner appeared and cower-averted for her. The owner gave me a ridiculous excuse that she had said it was okay for the child to eat any snacks out by the entrance. It was fine. When I tried to pay for the snacks my child ate, the owner refused my money. During that exchange, more folks suddenly gathered around and began to feel like I was the one in the wrong. Elderly people all put their heads together reverently in front of my child and repeatedly voiced their respects. I was born into the fruit of that family, so I didn't like it. I didn't know why she was being treated specially. When I was still young, it was something I heard often from my grandmother. By chance, the child I gave birth to was a girl. That child would be the living incarnation, Oyashiro-sama. You were 1 generation off. I'm sure that feels fun. Spoil her rotten. Not to spoil her, but they even told her she was the living incarnation of Oyashiro-sama. That she had divine power and threw all sorts of strange folktales her way. So May began to believe herself that she was a special existence. I thought, well, it was good for an upgrade, like things, but there was no upgrading the elderly people's deep-seated superstitions. I told my child not to listen to them, but he ended up being... She doesn't even call her Rika, she calls her child. She went on to the village who would dote on her, and myself who scolded her. There's no wonder she would listen to. It's no mistaken the reason she becomes strange, because of the elderly villagers. That they have showed her all the full, strange folktales and superstitions since she was a baby. If it wasn't for that, there was no doubt my child would have been cute and normal. Instead, she's a fucking queer. One sunny parent-teacher day. That's one way to start a sentence. It was a cooking class. My child was making curry rice with a practiced hand. One of the children her age were awkwardly leaving the kitchen knives. That child was reading hers deftly. Teacher approached me with a smile on their face, saying it must have been a result of learning at home. I managed to play it off with a vague smile and nod in response, but you haven't taught her anything, have you? It's because I've never once taught my child how to make curry rice. Even then, she was peeling vegetables with practiced hand, adding them to a pot in order, which took longer to cook. For a normal parent, they might be unintentionally clap their hands together, happy with the child's actions. But in my case, it was different. Because once again, someone taught her how to make that curry rice when I wasn't taking care of her. Thinking of that, I quietly fell into an unpleasant mood. I asked if she could also sew and do laundry. Never taught her how to do those, and again, never saw her do it around the house. The cooking and sewing or the laundry. Again, that was probably because the elderly villagers taught her all sorts of rubbish when I wasn't looking. None of that, they probably taught her all sorts of strange superstitions trying to prop her up with the living incarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I feel like we had this conversation before. So much as my husband said we should keep our child away from the elderly folk. My husband, who was in the position of being head priest of the Fureta Shrine, had little power against the elderly who supported it. He took the rather uncommitted stance of saying that as long as she was being doted upon, wasn't it fine? I argue against that. As she was our child, and she'd be a completely normal girl. That's what the elderly were expecting. Now she was the living incarnation of Oyashiro-sama was simply odd. The elderly villagers believed the child had divine powers. We discussed the weather for the following day, but there were many times where I left the house without an umbrella and came back soaking wet. What?
It must be fucked up to, want to raise a child that, but like literally everyone in your village keeps telling your child that they are God.
I do this all the time. Going through a sunny day.
Please stop fucking telling my child that she is God.
I'm God, Mama! I smite you! Ah! Also, at times, Rika knew a major accident in foreign countries faster than you did. Thought she must have heard it over the radio or something. Knowing things she shouldn't have. Something like that. That was in front of me right now, wasn't it? A child's making curry rice when there should have been anyone who taught her how to. No, that couldn't possibly be the case. Someone taught her, indoctrinated her. When I wasn't taking care of her, someone indoctrinated Rika with something.
フルデさんのカレーは大変見事です。先生、花丸をあげちゃいます。ニパー。ニパー。フルデさんはお料理を誰に習いましたか？やっぱりお家で？はい、お家なのですよ。
Your mouth isn't moving, Rika. Your parents' attendants were impressed. Lies. All lies. I didn't teach her anything. Who was it? Who was it? Who was the person that completely indoctrinated my child? She was my normal average daughter, not the living incarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Detective, HIMATSUBUSHI, read all the tips.
Yeah.
What a normal day.
Almost done today.
Hey, that was only an hour, like, including tips. That's how every single fucking chapter should be paced.
Yeah. We're coming up on the last chapter,
since we're coming up the last chapter, I'm just gonna save all my thoughts until the end.
Okay.
So, any last words?
Nah.
Were those nuggets busting?
They were. I got the honey barbecue one.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, they're great.
Fuck, I had dinner. I'm not ordering Wendy's at 9:30 p.m. just to have nuggets.
It's like $4 for 6 nuggets.
Nope. Resisting competition. You're making me hungry, Griffin. Stop it.
They're really fucking good.
Ah, you're making me hungry.
Hey, them and a Frosty, perfect.
Until then, have a gay old time, y'all. Peace.